Welcome back to Lower Class Podcast. This is Ziggy.
This is Pony.
How's everybody doing?
What up?
It's been about 2 weeks since our last podcast. The reason why we didn't record is because Omar couldn't cross the border. And we were going to have a guest. I don't know if it was going to be this podcast or the next one, but we were going to have one of our mutual friends that we knew. But I guess it never happened, so I guess it's going to be us two.
No, I never got an answer back, so I'm like, okay. But I know Diana wants still to do it, but I need to figure out the whole situation with where to do it, you know?
Yeah, because we could do it here, but it's very cramped.
Yeah.
I think the max in here is probably 2 or 3 people. But if, it might work. Maybe she could sit on the bed or something or right there. Because this mic right here, it's omnidirectional, so it gets all directions.
I was thinking, see if I can convince the manager at the other hotel to see if she let us borrow the boardroom for the day.
Actually, that's a good idea.
I know. I was thinking about it. I was like, I got it.
Damn, why didn't we take advantage of that when we were working at fucking Somerset?
I don't know.
They had some
I know, right?
rooms and shit. We could have done it right there.
I know. I was thinking about that right now too. Yesterday, actually, I was like, but I'm thinking about it because I'm asking for the favor, but I have to wait for the right moment because I need to first.
Because you started right there.
Yeah, and not only that, I need to I need to find out when she can do it, so that I can have a set date, so I can ask her on the same date.
That's actually a really good idea. Why didn't we think of that before? God damn, we both worked at hotels at one point. God damn it. Oh well, I guess shit happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it was kind of last minute with this podcast, but we'll just kind of go with the flow. We try not to do anything too, I guess planned out.
Right. You think it, we talk about it.
Yeah.
You can't say it, I still say it.
But I just wish you guys would give us any kind of feedback or any topics you want us to talk about. Anything besides politics or religion, obviously.
You know what sucks about doing podcasts sometimes? Is that you can't say certain things anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why that's why we're leaving. Okay, look, here's the thing. We're gonna stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna upload on Mixcloud. But YouTube is family oriented now.
True.
You can't say curse words.
I can't say gay.
You can't. Yeah, you can't say gay. You can't say cunt. You can't say fuck. You can't say bullshit.
Those 7 words.
You can't say none of those. What is it? Damn, I sent it to you. It was
fuck motherfucker or something else.
Yeah.
Fucking George Carlin.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know why it wasn't ever like that before. It pisses off a lot of YouTubers that are bigger than us that make money from it.
That's true because I recently, like I mentioned before, I would listen to those horror YouTubers, and then they a lot of them are leaving. They're going to the one I mentioned. I forget what it's called. I think it's Twitch.
Yeah, they're leaving for that or this other identical thing like YouTube.
One, exactly.
But with that, I actually signed up for that one too.
Twitch?
Not Twitch, but for that other a YouTube clone.
Which one's that one?
Which one was that? It was God damn it, which one was it? It was God damn it, where you at? VidMe.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, I know what you're talking.
But the thing with that, you have to, you get it's kind of unlimited, but you get 3 gigs a week. And after that, it resets the following Friday.
Okay, so it has to be every. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, but see the things with our podcast, there's a limit because we have the free account. Yeah. You can't go past 30 minutes.
Oh, it has to be exactly 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. It kind of puts the collar in us.
But there's if you get the premium version or if you get verified, you get unlimited. Unlimited. That's why a lot of people don't want to go on VidMe because YouTube is always going to be free and it's unlimited uploads.
True.
Or just like Mixcloud, you could upload as much as you want. We got fucking 24 shows on there.
True.
And there's no limitations.
True.
I mean, the only reason why it took me 12 hours to convert those is because I had to convert them into MP3s.
But you know what I don't understand? It's all through, going through all this bullshit as this how freedom of speech is affected now. Now it's not. You can't say anything anymore because
they have their policies and they don't want you to say certain words. They don't want you to talk about too much like.
But again, they go around showing kids who are 10 to 12 years old, doing what is it called, transvestite fucking shows and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that even make sense? It's like, how do
It's like anything taboo they don't want you to do.
Yeah, which is retarded. I don't understand that. Because I was, there's a kid in Canada that I saw the other day that he's doing drag shows. 12 years old, drag shows. And then the host comes up to him because he did a great job, I guess you can say, but for the show. And the guy comes up, it's like, oh, I just wish that you weren't, I just wish you were 18. I'm like, what? Yeah, it means exactly what you think it means.
Wow.
Like, I wish you were 18 so I can fuck you, in other words. That's basically what that means. So, I mean, to me, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, depending on what state they're in,
Canada.
The age of consent is different everywhere.
Oh, no, but, like, yeah, dude, that like, really, like, when I looked at it, while I was watching this and then watching all,
yeah, it's like something that makes you very uncomfortable.
Not only that, like, on top of that, like, I was, like, so kind of pissed off because the whole YouTube bullshit. I was like, how do you even, how come you let this show, but you can't let other things show? You know?
Yeah, because, okay, maybe it won't affect us because we're not that big on YouTube.
No.
But for the well-known YouTubers, they get flagged all the time.
Yeah.
Copyright strikes and all this kind of shit.
Exactly.
You're fucking criticizing people.
And Instagram's doing the same shit too.
Racism. We talk about those kind of things. Well, not racism, but we talk about things that seem like we're racist, but we're talking about we're being like stereotypical about it.
Yeah, because and on top of that, like, I mean, we can talk about it more because we're obviously minorities, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously it's a taboo again.
And especially nobody wants to listen to an hour just to find any fucking thing they could catch us on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is like, it's funny because we talk about these things, but because we were raised in it, we were raised into like just fucking around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like because we have various types of race friends. We had black, Asians. It didn't fucking matter. And we would say
we never discriminate against anybody. If somebody want to be friends with us, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Because even in the group, we would we're just making fun of Mexicans, which I'm Mexican, and we would make Asians, and we would call them spics and all this.
Yeah, it was like an inside joke for everybody in the group.
Yeah, and it's funny because like nowadays you have your safe zone. Have you heard of that whole college thing where there's a safe zone that you no one criticizes anybody and this shit and that bullshit.
But it's not, it's what keeps a friendship together. Like,
yeah.
Okay, you guys are friends. You guys know each other, say for example, for 10 years or some shit, and it's only natural for you to. Maybe some people are a little more sensitive to like any form of racism. Yeah.
Then because you're spoiled. I mean, that's
like
how
for me, I've been called every fucking racial slur in the fucking book, and I don't care because I've heard it all before, and plus a lot of my friends. They tell me that.
That's exactly, and that's why I find it really funny that, like, if people are like, "Oh my god, you can't say that." It's like, what? Like, you're retarded. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Like I know what I'm talking about. It's like
come on. We had a friend we called Monkey, his nickname, and that's a racial slur for a black guy.
Yeah. And it was fun, yeah, and it was true because, and then a lot of people get offended. Oh my god, racism this, and I'm still amazed at that too, like. How?
But George Carlin said it the best. It's the context you put it in.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah. Like we were saying it more like haha funny. Yeah. Because we're
we're not putting it as we're like pissed off at the person. Like,
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
And it's funny because there's a lot of people who are like I can't like nowadays I can't believe that exists. It seems like we're regressing to the 1960s where segregation was existing. It's like
exactly.
How do
you... it feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like how retarded are we? That retarded? Are we that dumb that in school they don't teach us that this history about segregation and integration, and all that stuff? It's like how do you not?
Yeah, they teach that shit. Because when I was in middle school, they were teaching that shit already.
Yeah.
Maybe they got rid of that. Because they thought maybe it's not appropriate, but they need to learn about that.
Yeah, and you know what? It started all with Bush. No, I don't know, but because I was in second grade, and then when I was in second grade, they were teaching us English, and then they also had classes where they teach us Spanish, and they taught us the Mexican alphabet,
right?
Like in second grade, and then once Bush came into play. He took off integration in school where they need to learn English, not Spanish. I was like, dude, it's like what the fuck? It's like the population nowadays is more, integrated than.
Yeah, I mean, with that right there, I mean, it's like I get what Bush is what he's talking about,
Yeah.
like about they should learn English because it's America.
Yeah.
But on the other side, it's like they're also Spanish
Because
speaking kids.
on top of that, like multi-language is key now. Like if you know Spanish, like we work in a hotel, right?
Yeah.
So, so everybody speaks English, right? And then someone from across the border comes over, and then they only speak Spanish, and then no one knows Spanish except for English.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? There's a clash of problems there.
Yeah.
Like, so I would be the one who's like, hey, Spanish, come and help me. Boom, Spanish work at my at my my side the whole time. So I'm like, to me it's like, wait, you're over here, English should be, English is a universal language now.
It is. It is.
Now it is.
Well, actually, it's kind of always been one, but if you're living in America, okay, I don't care if you have your main language, but
English is one that you should learn.
Yeah, it should be not. Well, I guess in the sense, if you're living here, it should be your prior language, and maybe if you have Spanish speaking friends, you can speak them in Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I usually have a problem with that kind of stuff because as Mexican, there's different type of people. So in Mexican race, you always have you're that bad apple in your race.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people go, I'm a Chicano. Chicano usually means a Chicano basically is a Mexican who was born in the U.S.
Right.
But for like Cesar, what is it? Not Cesar Chavez. Oh yeah, Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, Chicanos this and Chicanos that. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, you're basically separating your own people from, the actual heritage that you came from.
Right. Yeah.
And which I hate. I mean, I always tell everybody, don't call me Chicano, don't call me Latino, because I'm not Latin. I'm not from fucking South America. I'm not Puerto Rican or Cuban.
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
Latin.
yeah, they're just ethnically confused.
Yeah, so that's what pisses me off when Mexicans say, "Oh, those Latinos." I'm like, I'm not Latino. I'm Mexican. Don't call me a Latino because I'm not from South America. I'm not Daddy Yankee liking motherfucker.
Right.
I'm not that person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm a fucking mariachi playing motherfucker. That's who I am. I eat
You know
burritos
what the
and
whole
tacos.
thing about a lot of say if you're coming from the border and say for example your family crossed the border and they had a kid here and automatically made them U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
And it's kind of embarrassing if your parents don't learn English because even though your main language is Spanish,
True.
you should have secondary language. It should be English, even though it should be fluent. Because say for example you were born already.
Yeah.
Your parents have been here for over fucking 30 years.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should be very fluent. And for example, our fucking neighbors, they have this one grandma. She's probably lived here longer than I have.
Huh.
Well, not in this location, but in the U.S. longer than me.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know English. And
Yeah, I
kinda
know.
like-
It does clash, and
it's not like it more like irritates me because it's like you're in America, you have to know. I understand Spanish is your main language, but
Yeah.
come on, English is not that hard to learn.
in a sense, but it's like Tagalog, right?
Well, not Tagalog.
See, that's kinda like that.
The other language. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to speak.
Yeah.
And then I guess, I mean, because they probably came in at an age where they were older, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most likely
exactly.
and the brain
case.
doesn't have the capacity to learn it anymore. From what I studied, the brain doesn't develop new brain cells after. Fuck, I wish I knew this.
I think it's a certain age.
Yeah, there's a certain age. I think it's 22 or 20, 21. You
don't absorb information.
Yeah, you don't absorb as you did then.
Yeah.
So I think when she came in, she didn't understand it, but luckily her kids did, which is perfect. I mean that's the old they're antiquities, right? That's basically
Right. Yeah.
they're the preserved heritage that you should know from. That's the culture that if you have a question, I mean like my grandma. They came from actual farming. They came from pueblos, and then they went through all this bullshit. And she's the antiquity of it. And she'll tell you stories. Like if you talk to her, she tells you stories about how everything happened and how the first families that were in their pueblo was them. And because the pueblo that they used to live in, is that they have a monument for them because my family actually created that pueblo. Like every time I go to the Mexicali, we go to the pueblo they created, and we even have the placard saying from the Mexico saying, "This is the first pueblo you guys created by your family." Boom, right there. And she's she's the old heritage. Which I mean, I don't like your grandma. Your grandma understands it. But
yeah,
but your grandma does know English. She was really smart. I mean,
yeah, because in the Philippines, since the military over there, they were teaching all the Filipinos English at the time. So
that's true.
That's why if you ever go to the Philippines, you'll be surprised how fluent they are in English.
That is completely true. Like in Mexico, you don't have that.
Because the thing is, they have proper English though. It's not like us.
It's crazy.
It's not here like us. How we're talking right now because it's not proper.
Exactly. Yeah, I noticed that because even in Mexico, when you go to Mexico, there's some people who do know English, and when they speak English, it's the proper English.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
It's like, and some of them are they learn English from watching fucking movies, and they think that's how all Americans are. It's like no, not everybody talks like that.
And then I laugh at that because there's some people because I live in TJ, and I talk to people and they know proper English.
Yeah.
And because my girlfriend's brother speaks proper English, and I trip out on it. I was like, what the fuck?
Really,
It's a trip, dude. It's a trip because I'm like, well, how the fuck do you know more English than I do? You know, it kind of gets me like a 20% jealous. I was like, you lucky bastard, you know more English than I do, and I'm over here suffering when I speak to people.
You were born in the U.S. Yeah.
I was like, shit. But then the downside is that we were raised in what you call the hood. So you know the butchered English. You're like homie.
I mean, that whole proper English thing is not that hard to do, but for us, since we have so much slang, it's hard for us because we're not used to it.
Yeah.
But when we have to be, I guess, professional, we'll use proper English.
Yeah. Which is funny. I still find it funny because I kind of find it still hard to even do that. I was like, I don't know, miss.
It's like you have to give yourself a headache just to speak
dude,
like that.
I stutter a lot because I have to like, oh, fuck, no.
No, I've seen you when you're working at the hotel at Somerset. You were trying to speak professional or proper English to the guest. I could see you struggling right there. I'm like, stop, honey. Just stop talking.
Yeah, no, there's a point now where I start speaking proper English and I switch to slang. I was like, you know what, fuck it. These people will understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Exactly, you know.
I was like, you know what, this is where this is at. And I say at, not this is where this is. I say at all the time. This is where this is where the room is at. I go, and then I sometimes catch myself and I go, what the fuck? Okay, fuck it. And then they understand what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure in their head it's like, oh, dude, what do you like?
Yeah, because it's that at is more like a I wouldn't say a gangster term, but it's a slang word.
Yeah.
You know, this is where the room's at, but it's supposed to be this is where the room is.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, and I trip out. I was like, fuck. But because it's weird because of this new job that I'm at, that everybody's so proper, weird and proper. I'm not very comfortable where I'm at right now. Not because I don't like the people. It's just how they are. They're
so that's like a collared shirt kind of job. Like you're just wearing like a
it's not a blue shirt.
It's a blue shirt.
Yeah, blue shirt and black either black khaki pants or fucking dress pants or I wear black jeans. I don't give a shit. But everybody's so fucking proper, dude. It's weird. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't. You know, when you're at work, you want to feel like yourself, and it's
exactly
kinda, it's kind of hard. And there's some people I do get along with. I talk to them, chill, whatever. But there's a lot like because it's right near Hillcrest. It's not even that far. It's on Bachman, and every time someone comes in, right, and then I'm like, oh, look, that's a transvestite. Like that's a guy, and it's dressed as a woman.
Yeah, you could always tell.
Yeah, and then this girl.
We saw a couple at Somerset, man.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
You know, this is one time. We'll get back to your story in a minute. But I remember I was working graveyard at Somerset. There was this dude that was down in the parking garage. I was just making my rounds, just walking around, making sure there's all the cars had their permits or whatever. And then some dude comes up to me like, yeah, man, my wife's going to be here right now, and she doesn't have a key, but can you let her in? And then I said, well, I can't do that. You have to come down here and get her and then let her in. Yeah. And then when she does get there, she backs up into one of those parking spots like that are under that concrete thing.
Yeah.
Like right when you enter, she backs into it, and she's right there putting her fucking makeup on and all that shit. And she was been there for about 15 minutes putting on makeup. And after that, she gets out. Then her supposed husband walks down to get her, and yeah, that's my wife. She doesn't have a parking permit. Is it okay if she just leaves right here and she'll get one tomorrow? And I forget who was working at the time. It must have been maybe Phil or Lorena. And I said, "Is it alright that if I just, this guy here, he has his vehicle has a permit, but she doesn't, and she'll get one tomorrow. That's fine. Just let him in. All right, cool." And I looked at her and I'm like,
"That's a guy."
It was a dude, and it might have been a hooker, because the way she was fucking dressed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're obviously like middle aged, maybe like your 50s, and she's obviously like in her like early 20s.
Yeah.
He or she is in her early 20s. And I was like, you don't fucking lie to me, because I don't want to say it, but that hotel did get a lot of
of course
traffic for
right in
crackheads and fucking hookers and all that shit. They're being very discreet about it.
Yeah, and it was funny because you can tell who's what and who's not. Yeah. And I would because they instead of you answering the phone and doing reservations, you have a separate for that.
Yeah.
They call it the PBX, and then there's people in the front desk just checking people in. So I'm in the back, and you can see the cameras on where I'm at. So on PBX, and I'm watching the cameras, and the girl comes over and it's like, "Look, that's a guy," and she goes, "Okay," and I'm like, really? It's like, that's all you gotta say? Okay? Like, she thinks that I'm probably, like, she thinks, she's a millennial, I'm guessing, because if she understood, then she's like, "Oh shit, how do you know that's like, cause the way they're walking?" You know, obviously someone goes, "Oh shit," but she's a millennial. She's like, "Oh, well, I don't care." It's like, oh, sorry, bitch. It's like, I didn't know that. You know, sorry. It's like, you're like, you're not a good looker yourself, so fuck you.
Right,
you know,
right,
so
yeah.
I'm like, sorry, but yeah, she's kind of, I can't be myself there, dude. It's like, it's not, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, it's like that same thing we're talking about in our previous podcast about we can't relate to like anybody younger than us, because it's just we have too much differences, and we grew up in a different time than they did.
Yeah.
So they're more uptight, and they're not so loose about like certain like jokes or certain things we say.
Yeah, because it's funny, because I mean, I have no problem, again, I don't have a problem with it. There's a comedian that dressed, you know, does drag. I forgot what the actor's name is.
Yeah.
He's like white, he's from Britain, but he's funny as shit, you know. I don't have no problem with that. But at the same time, I have, again, no problem with it. My thing's more like, I got it. It's like,
right.
I even explained it to her, like, you ever read Where's Waldo? She goes, yeah. So, well, this is the Where's Waldo, my version of Where's Waldo. That's what my version is.
Right.
And so I explained it to her, and she started laughing. I was like, yeah, that's what I do. I figure out if these people, you know.
Like, how old is she? Like in her early 20s?
Yeah, in her 20s and so forth. Oh. Yeah, and then, I mean, I don't, you know, she's not a bitch, but, I mean, in my head, I was like, dude, I'm just making conversation with you.
Right, yeah.
Saying what's up, you know.
See, that's what I can't stand. If somebody I work with that's younger than me and I try to relate to that person and they kind of look at me like I'm fucking stupid, it's like, shit, we're going to be coworkers for like how long, and you don't want to engage in any form of conversation?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck, you know? That's
why I kind of, like, that's why I don't feel comfortable here. There's like 2-3 people that I get along with. Mm-hmm. There's some guy named Gabe. He's cool, he's chill, he's really hyperactive. And there's a guy named Enrique. He's a boxer / magician, and he's hilarious.
Wait,
like,
how the hell is that work?
I don't even know, but he literally did magic in front of me.
So he boxes. He's fighting some dude, and he throws magic in their face, or what?
No. Like he basically magical punch, bitch. No, but
card tricks.
He basically because I didn't know him. He told me his name, and then people started telling me things about him, and then he's like, "It's like, yeah, I heard you're a magician." It's like, anything that everybody says is bullshit. So I looked at it as like, so everything you say is bullshit. Is like, okay, you got me there. I was like, and it's like he actually did this. He actually did like several tricks with me.
Was it like basic ones that?
Basic ones, yeah. He did the okay. So the pen has a cap on it. So obviously in the pen you see the backside and you have the point, right? Mm-hmm. So he turns it around, and all of a sudden the cap is on the backside instead of on the point. I'm like, what the fuck? And then literally he doesn't take it off. He just turns it around like with his hand. He just turns it around, and he doesn't. You don't see any force, some sort of force for him to take it out. And then also, you know, the cap on the other side is like, what the fuck? And he's like, okay, so he grabs the other side where the point's at, where you can't see it's behind his fingers, but you can see the cap on the backside. And he goes, where is it at now? I go, and you point to the right. Mm. And then he's like, he takes off the cap. He's like, no, it's on the left. I'm like, what the fuck? He like literally the cap was on the left. I'm like, whoa, this is cool.
Illusion.
Dude, but I literally went, I'm like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. And then he does card tricks. He did card tricks on me. He's like, so what's this card? And he goes, I'm like, oh, that's a diamond of jacks. Okay. And he splits the card, the pack, and goes pick one, and I pick the third one, and then he shuffles it, everything, puts it in the deck, and all of a sudden he's like, "Is this your card?" I go, "No," and he goes, "You pick a card," and the girl grabs the card and shows it to me. He goes, "Was that your card?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" It was like, "Holy shit, this is pretty cool." Yeah. I never experienced that in my life. And then on top of that, the guy is a ex-military too.
Oh, no
he was in the military for 6 years, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's pretty."
But
cool.
that's crazy though. Like your occupation, or what? He's a boxer and a magician. What the hell? How does that even work?
I don't know, dude, but it was crazy. I tripped. I think I asked him that too. It's like, how's that work? It's like, I was like, I don't know.
It's like two professions that don't mix. It's like, okay.
That's weird. Exactly. And I was tripping out on that, dude. Like, what? It's like that's.
It's like me saying, I'm a butcher, but I'm for PETA.
Right. Exactly. You know? Yeah. No. Exactly. And it was hilarious, and it was funny. And the guy's really funny. He's like, he's hilarious, dude. Like I couldn't make some stupid joke and he was follow it too. He's like, I think we're talking about something. I forgot what, like like in that situation where he goes, "Do you know what this is?" And you shake somebody the shit out of it, and he continues that with me. Right. And he's like, we just started laughing, And I was tripping out. I was like, "Oh, cool, this guy's cool." And then there's the supervisor. She's cool too. Her name is Karen. And she's funny as shit. She's like,
are your coworkers young or like they're?
Well, I'm the oldest one.
Really?
Yeah, they're all 26 or 22 or so forth.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
wow.
But that's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird because they're
even
all
the upper management is younger too.
No, upper management's like in their 30s, 40s. Okay. You can tell, but it's weird at this because they're so in reality they're like really whitewashed. It's crazy to see them like they're so.
Well, it's like the white part of the area, yeah.
Exactly, because they're in the north part, and then they live like down in like Nord Park. They live in Mesa and all that shit. I was like, fuck, dude, like you guys are super whitewashed.
Yeah.
I feel really uncomfortable. I was like, I don't feel comfortable here. I was like, it's like I can't feel part of this crew anymore.
Yeah, it's like out of your bubble or whatever.
Yeah, because I feel comfortable in Pure South. I still didn't feel comfortable in
Yeah, I mean, I got that same feeling when I was working up in Hillcrest at Somerset. A lot of the people that met there, it's out of the norm,
So yeah, because I know when Aaron came in, it was kind of more normal. I was like, okay, well, Aaron was, he
was really cool. He was one of the coolest bosses I ever had.
Exactly, and that's the thing that made him more comfortable. Is because he understood. Because the guy,
because he wasn't that much older from us.
Yeah, because he studied business. He did study, but he graduated with I forgot what he graduated with, but he was in a really prime school.
I think he told me one time, but I forgot.
Yeah, he liked ghetto ass rap, which was funny. I was like, "You like ghetto ass rap, dude?"
Oh, this is one time I was pulling into work, and the parking garage. He was pulling out to leave, and then he caught me, and I had my music blasting. It was Cannibal Corpse,
and he's like,
and then I rolled down the window. I turned down. I'm like, "You listen to that type of music? I would never thought of that." I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, he explained some things about. I think this is the time when it was like our pay raise was gonna happen. He was explaining certain things, blah blah, whatever. And he just looked at me so surprised because I listen to that type of music. I'm like,
yo, I looked at him so surprised when you listen to that type of music.
Yeah, because I listen to all types of music. It just so happened that my phone came on with Cannibal Corpse came on because it was on shuffle. So
it's funny because I would be working at Pure South, and Pure South, dude, I felt comfortable. It's just the stress of the fucking hotel that I couldn't deal with anymore. But it was so comfortable, dude, because everybody, I guess you can, in other terms, they were ghetto. They were really ghetto. They were.
Well, because you think about what the area they're in.
Yeah, and they understood the language and all this shit. They went through all this bullshit, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And then there's this girl who came from Ohio, and she wasn't used to that. Ohio is like obviously really whitewashed. Mm-hmm. She comes down, and then she first, she's like, her version of a white. And then after a while, you kind of notice that she was changing. She was changing into the ghetto version of it. And I'm like, oh shit, there we go.
Yeah, IB will do that to you.
Oh, dude, I actually, that's the main reason I love being in IB, because everyone was ghetto. You can talk so much shit. And then, when you talk so much shit, people understood that you weren't insulting them, that you were just, fucking around. And then they won't get offended. They just, keep going with with the joke. It's like, oh, fuck you. And, because there was this girl who was in sales, and me and her, like we were always insult each other. It's like, and then she goes, it's like she would like literally something. She goes, I'll go, hey, good morning, everybody. And she's the first thing she goes, oh, it's you again, fuck. And I'll go, fuck you. And I'll literally whisper. You know how you ever seen not mock up, observe and report?
Yeah.
Okay, remember that scene where Seth Rogen and what's his Amir or the comedian?
Yeah.
They start going, fuck you. And
that's
exactly what I do. It's like,
that part is fucking hilarious.
That's exactly what I did with her. She's like, fuck you. And she goes, fuck you, too. And I'm like, I just started laughing. And she's like, she would ask me for stuff. And I go, okay, princess, I'll go get that for you. And I'll give it to her. And, you know, just like that, stuff like that, she'll continue because she understand that I wasn't being an asshole. I was
and plus, you develop that certain relationship where you're comfortable with each other, joking that way. Because I've seen the same thing with when we were working at Somerset with Aaron and what's that morning shift girl, the black lady?
Oh, Bonita?
Bonita and Aaron. Even when I first got hired there, those two were kind of going at it right in front of me when I was just getting interviewed. I'm like,
I know Bonita's hilarious. I work with Bonita.
I've only worked with her once. I think she did like a mid shift, and I was coming in. She was working still.
Oh no, I work with her right now.
Very rare. Oh, that's right. You say you work at the same hotel, right?
Yeah, we both work in the same hotel. Yeah, it was funny because she's the other one I get along with because she understands my humor.
She also does front desk with you.
Yeah.
Or?
And so every time I go, with Bonita.
Was it like a coincidence that she was there?
Yeah, it was because it's funny because VD was the sales department and you never met her. But me and VD go way back. We go way, like when I was 18, I started my first hotel job. She was working at the same hotel.
Oh, really?
And then when I came back, I quit the extended stay. And then this manager knew about VD. And she's like, oh, hey, someone's looking for jobs. Like, who do I talk to? I told her, it's like, this girl named VD. I'm like, VD? Are you talking about VD, the one I used to work for? She goes, yeah, oh, shit. And then she got me to Somerset. And then she left. And then she's over here, and then she left there and went to another fucking work job. And VD, she's cool. And then every time there's a job, she'll tell me there's a job. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right, yeah.
But with Bonita, like I was talking about, like the whole humor thing. Bonita understands. Bonita's black, obviously, and me and Bonita get along pretty well because I just joke around with Bonita a lot. And then with Bonita, because she's older than me, I call her Mama Bonita. Cause she goes, oh, continue that shit again. And she, she's like not pissy, but she's
she has that sass.
Yeah, she has the sass. And
with her, I didn't get to know her too well because I've only worked with her maybe a few times. Two occasions when we worked. It might have been just that one occasion, or the two occasions. The first one was during Pride Week when I had to work during the day, which was odd for me because. Why the fuck am I coming during the day? Yeah. And then Bonita's working. We kind of didn't really talk, but she joked about something and we laughed about it.
Yeah.
And I went about my business.
Yeah.
And then another time, I think she might have worked a midday shift. She got off about, I don't know, the time when I came in.
Yeah.
I think, but I'm not too sure. But I didn't really know her well enough to actually engage
in
conversation.
But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I can get along with her like that. Like I would go. Or I called her Bonene. Bonene was like, I got her, like that was her nickname. And I go, hey, what's up, Bonene? And she goes, oh, not that shit again. And it's just hilarious. It's funny because she works at the same hotel.
And you know what I miss about that hotel? Those fucking cookies, man. Those cookies are so good, man.
The place that I work at right now, though, they stockpile in the refrigerator and then they let everybody grab whatever they want. You know how? Have you seen those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches they make for at Costco?
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Smuckers.
Smuckers. Yeah.
Okay, so they have them there, and I'm like,
those ones where they're pressed on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're and you can have one if you want one. It's for everybody. It's like what?
Yeah, then in Somerset, every time you took something from the kitchen, they would view the cameras who fucking took some eggs. You know who fucking did a lot was Lorena. Lorena always told me to go back there and get her some hard-boiled eggs and whatever was back there.
Fuck.
And I'm like, okay, don't get me wrong, I did it myself too. I grabbed some yogurt and maybe some cheese, but I never abused it.
Yeah, no, I had it too sometimes because Because I didn't bring lunch, and I was...
See, that's the thing. That's why I did it. Because I didn't have any... I didn't bring lunch, and I had no cash until payday.
Dude, no, I remember... You know what I did one day? I made a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, you tell me you did all this crazy shit. Like, I was like, what the fuck, man? Really?
I made all this shit there, dude. You'd be amazed what I made in there. I made bagels and fucking grilled grilled cheese in it with egg in it. I was like, dude, this is bomb. Dude.
Yeah, you could easily make a egg salad because they have mayo and they have eggs and
I did that once too. I done that before
Mustard,
too.
Yeah, they have everything.
I made all this shit and they cut it up. And
they have bread. Because a lot of things they have in there, those are just from just that day alone.
Yeah.
But the following day they probably get rid of it because it's probably not as good as it was the day before. But when you're desperate for food, you would eat anything.
Oh, dude, I made a lot of shit when I was working overnight.
And it was always hot in that fucking back room too. So hot.
It's because of the AC wasn't working in the back, which was
especially they would keep their fucking apples and the fucking oranges right there. If it's a high heat like that, those apples and fucking bananas and oranges will go bad.
I know, trust me.
I looked at all those apples right there one time. They were fucking moldy and disgusting, and I'm like, they gotta control the temperature in this fucking
because I think at the time the AC wasn't working.
Yeah.
And there was a leak inside the fucking kitchen area.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But they fixed that shit. But it was it was hilarious because overnight I would make all that shit.
Yeah, because it wasn't really like that hotel. They had like breakfast, but it was like, what was it, like a continental?
But you know how I would do that? The whole grilled cheese sandwich. You know how they had a toaster? So I would toast the bread, and I'll grab like several cheeses and cut in between and spread it on the fucking bread, and I'll put it in the microwave. And once it's in the microwave, it'll come out grilled, and I was fucking munching on it, dude. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. You know, when I was working there, like, okay, my job was obviously security and like minor hospitality kind of shit, like delivering towels or whatever. But what thing pissed me off about fucking Rick, he was like, yeah, man, every morning, like around 5 a.m., go to the fucking to the laundry room upstairs on the 4th floor and get a bucket of ice so he could bring it to the fucking breakfast attendant. And I'm like...
Oh, no, because it was... What's her face? The small one, right?
Yeah, Veronica.
Veronica, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? If it's not a part of my job description, I'm not fucking doing it. Even Aaron, when he told me that in the interview. He said, you could do it if you want to, but I'm not going to hold it against you if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Because that's just something Rick did.
Yeah, no, I know. Because I remember, because the reason... Rick and Veronica never talked. Because I don't know what happened. I guess Veronica had a thing for him. Essentially,
that's what I heard from Lorena. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had problems, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's weird. And like, you know, Rick was cool, and Rick was and I didn't like Rick at the same time because he was a little rat.
He is, man. Like all the shit he was talking about, even me. Like he didn't even fucking know me. And at that point, he wasn't even working at Somerset anymore. He was working at the fucking Blue Sea.
I know, exactly.
And for him to talk shit about anybody in a hotel, like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I know. It's like, and he was a little bitch, too. He's like, oh, I can't do anything because I'm a security guard. Like, no, bro, you can kick him out. That's what
you know, I didn't feel like he was a security guard because a lot of the things that he was doing during my training, it was all just... like minor security.
Yeah. Like
I'm looking at him how he fucking got rid of some transient there, some black kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, really? This is how you handle this kind of situation? If it was up to me, I'm not gonna use professional. I'm like, you know what, bro? Get the fuck out of here right now before I call the cops. Because you kind of have to do that just to scare them. Because if you're professional, does not work against ignorant people.
Yeah.
Because they'll take it like that you're trying to dumb them down. So you kind of have to go to their level and start cursing at them and saying, fucking leave, man. Let's go.
And it's true because
and it works.
I would kick out a lot of people, even like when I was working at Pier South. It was kind of annoying because I would kick a lot of kids out. I was like, oh, you need to go, and they would look at me all stupid.
Well, they're just loitering inside the...
Yeah, they were going to the hot tub and shit. And then they would look at me all stupid. Like, I already knew that they were playing, like, oh, I'm not going to leave because he said so. So then I'll give him an option. Then I'll go, like, you either leave and have the security escort you out, or I can call the cops and do it for me.
But you guys had security right there?
Yeah. Well, not really. Not.
Oh, like, kind of like...
I was just, like, I would lie to them because we didn't have security.
Right.
So, like, I can have security escort you out, or I can call the cops to do it for me. And they would look at me and it's like, oh, no, we'll leave right now. You know, because they heard me say cops.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. Because I'm like, I would explain to them, like, you know, this is private property.
But that doesn't always work on a lot of people. A lot of times you kind of have to call the...
Oh, I always did. I was like, oh, because I never let them, like, instigate or think about it. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go call the cops. Bye. And then they were like, they already left. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Like, you know, when I was working in a lot of private security companies, I would say, you know what? If you don't leave right now, I'm going to call us. You're not going to call the cops. I'll be right back. Call the cops. They show up. They look at me while they're getting arrested. Like, they couldn't believe it. It's like, why do you think I'm fucking... Why would I lie to you, man?
Yeah.
I want you off the property because I've been put on this fucking... This site for you to leave. Stop loitering. Stop drinking in public. Get out of here.
Yeah. A lot of shit happens. But yeah, like, overall, dude... I think we kind of like backtracked on what we were talking about, but
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
No, we were talking about like how this whole
we're talking about the
integration.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess at this point you got, but it still comes to it because of the managerial part we were talking about, like with Aaron and so forth. But yeah, dude. Overall, like people were, I don't know, dude. We're going back to segregation again. That's what it seems like. Like some you know, have you ever seen Walking Dead?
Yeah.
You ever seen the walkers and the fucking like people who are alive separated from fences? That's exactly.
You know, actually, that's a pretty good point. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
that's exactly.
It's not like it's okay. You know, fucking the year we're getting older and the years are passing us, but it seems like everybody else wants to go backwards in fucking time.
Yeah, it's like regression. We're not even progressing. It's like in the 60s, like we're gonna have flying cars. Like
it's like we're stuck in rewind.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like again, the 1960s, we're like, we're gonna have flying fucking cars and shit. Oh, we have spinners.
Yeah, fucking spinners. That's some bullshit.
We have spinners. Okay, great.
Apparently, from what people say when they have spinners, it works well with ADD.
Bullshit.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. Get a video game, same shit.
I know exactly. That's the best thing to do. It's like get a fucking video game, distract yourself, go back to fucking school, do your shit, and stop fucking you know bullshitting everybody.
Fucking spinner? Are you kidding me?
I know. I was seeing all these fucking things online about spinners. Like I don't give a shit. I remember seeing them for the first time. Oh, get a spinner. It's like they're great. Exactly what you just said. I'm like, why the fuck?
Like okay, maybe there's one spinner that I kind of want to get. It has instead of like. It's blades on around it, so you
okay.
Blades.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the Ninja Star fucking spinner and shit.
Yeah, those are sick. I would get those, but I wouldn't get those regular fucking spinners.
No, I know because I know this generation. I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude. I don't understand it, and I don't want to understand it because on top of that, it's not like new generation will rule. Obviously, they're going back into the 1990s again, so it's like I rule.
They're bringing back a lot of things. Like for example, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they brought back 3D fucking movies.
Yeah.
3D movies were big in the fucking 80s and the early 90s.
You know what's funny? Because one day I went to Cricket, right, and then they had the stupid goggles and shit, and I'm like. And I was talking to the person, you know, I was paying my bill and shit, and then I talked to the person, and I was like, they had this in the 90s, man. It's like, oh, yeah, but this is like, no, that's the same thing. I expected them to invent something where, like, you put on the fucking goggles, it's all over your fucking room. You know, kind of like a Minority Report with fucking Tom Cruise. You're like, oh, fuck, I can touch it. But not on this one. In this one, you're like, you have a fucking big-ass bitch-ass goggle.
Yeah, like, for me, for virtual reality, I expect something that attaches to your head, like, that actually immerses you into the thing. You don't feel like you're in the real world, but in a virtual world.
Yeah.
Like they put you to sleep and you're just experiencing a video game in your fucking head or something. And
it's funny because I'm like I think about like every time you know I was talking to that person and that Cricket, and I was like tripping out. It's like, oh no, but this and that. I'm like, I don't think you know what you're fucking talking about. Man, shut the fuck up. Like I don't understand. This was already invented. This is Nintendo had it for fucking Super Nintendo or one of the Nintendos, and all of a sudden it's like, oh,
they had the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, and then also the iPad and shit. Microsoft invented it back in the fucking 90s, and people are like, oh my god, the fucking iPad. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This shit's been around for so fucking long. There's something called the fucking Palm, or is it the Palm Pilot? That was the first iPad.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Early 90s, mid 90s, the Palm Pilot was everybody's best friend.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the price of an iPod or iPad today.
Now they're willing to pay for it like
Yeah.
that. But back in the day, I'm not paying for that much money for a fucking. I'm like, bitch, you're like, that's gonna happen.
I mean, it might have not been in color. It might have been just all black and just like standard kind of thing, but it existed before the iPad.
All the things that you're renting right now is it's a refurbished.
Yeah, they're just upgraded versions of
things.
Past electronics.
Like, right now, like I was talking about 3D glasses. You put your phone in it, and then you could virtually like you can touch shit. I was like, no, you can't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? Like, this shit was already created a long time.
Shit. If I'm eating a fucking steak, I want to taste it too.
At least, like this, I was expecting at least 50% chance that they would invent like what I was talking about. Like, you put on the fucking glasses, you can touch something on the screen. Because the one that you're talking about is like about 100%. That's 100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, like but,
that's what.
I mean, if we don't even have flying cars, obviously they're gonna refurbish.
Yeah, because for my version of virtual reality, I expect something like that because it's a virtual reality.
Yeah.
You kind of expect like you could eat food in the virtual reality. You could fucking touch things.
Exactly.
It feels the same. Yeah, it's. But I don't know. Something like that won't be. Fucking probably. I'm sure it's in the works.
What I want to know is how these things got really popular. That's what I want to know. I want to know who the fuck went and go, oh well, this is a great idea, and this generation's like,
it's like they're running out ideas.
I know, right? And I want to think about the first person that went, that was invented in the 90s. You're a fucking idiot. You should be fired.
Like they're just trying to reinvent things. Like for example, 3D movies. They call it Real D movies. 4D. Like one step above 3D.
I know.
What's the difference?
I know. Like the 4D is basically a fucking ride in Disneyland. That's what the fuck that
is.
Yeah,
it's basically just an HD version of a 3D movie.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, I don't want it. Because fucking 3D movies give me a fucking headache.
Yeah, that's true. It's dude, you'd be amazed at stupid shit that people say. It's like, oh, this is the greatest fucking generation to live in. It's like, you're the dumbest person I ever heard talk. So shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck that. How many minutes are we on in?
We're on 46.
46?
Mm-hmm.
But fuck that, dude. Again, we were talking about the metal. Like fucking... I mean, I can't believe they still... Like, again, talking about from... we went from segregation to generational fucking inventions, quote unquote. With fucking big ass asterisks on the fucking side with fucking, what is that? Not commas, but those weird things.
What weird things?
These things with your two fingers.
Oh, the quotations.
Quotation marks, yeah, with big ass quotation marks. And then right now it's more of like, where me and Michael were talking about how metal is still, like, everybody still dresses the same for metal, which, I myself, I support all the way. I mean, because when, when Iron Man was still around, people were wearing their big-ass Nikes, and Levi jeans and a Levi jacket with fucking big-ass patches of fucking... Iron Man was
the best way I could describe it, it's like, okay, anybody that dresses, or if they consider themselves as a metalhead or dresses like one, I don't consider anything, but... For some people, it's very standard.
Yeah, which is the uniform.
It's like either you wear fucking Nikes or Vans, and then you have like jeans that are ripped to the knees.
Yeah.
And then you have a typical band, metal band shirt, like Cannibal Corpse or something, and you have long ass hair.
But you know what? I myself support that because because I can see nothing change.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. It stayed the same, meaning that they still stay true to their fucking nature.
Exactly.
Like punk. Punk still is the same too. Mm-hmm. Same thing without the fucking Nikes. It's more of like, whatever you can grab. Mm-hmm. But with the sometimes rip up jeans, fucking little fucking jeans, miniskirts and so forth and so on.
It's like Mohawk. With metalheads, they're like a version of trailer trash kind of.
Basically.
They for the most part, this is not all metalheads, but a lot of times they come from like very low income families and blah,
true.
Blah, blah.
And the fun part about metalheads and punks
and hygiene is one of the biggest things. Back then, it was always like that. All the metalheads I knew, they had bad hygiene. They smelled like
Oh yeah,
fucking
dude, I remember
shit.
that shit. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, man, you have a fucking shower at home. Please take a shower, man.
It's the same thing with Punk. Still stayed the same.
Yeah, punks are worse. They smell worse.
The little grudge one.
It's like, bro, I understand you're a crust fucking punk, but please take a fucking shower. You stink so bad. You're gonna come to my house smelling like this? Nah, man.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I remember fucking Pyro used to be like that. I was like nasty.
Don't make me wrong. They were good people. They had good conversation,
yes,
but they just had a hygiene problem.
They fucking protected you for sure. Like, what's up? There's no fucking problems. Like,
I mean, a lot of the times, maybe certain like crust punks, they were all talk and less fight, because a lot of times I could take on a fucking.
Well, that's true because
they're very they're
passive. Yeah, they were
passive. Very passive.
I remember like a lot of times, like, you know,
fighting,
the fucking metalheads and the actual punks, not the crust punks. They you know, they would fight. They would like, oh, hey, is there problems? Like, yeah, dude, this and that. Okay, fuck him. Let's fuck him up right now. I was like, oh shit, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Okay, say if punks and metalheads got in the fight, who do you think would win?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like asking who the fucking would win, DC or fucking Marvel.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a.
For me, it would be the metalheads.
I don't even know, dude. I can't even answer that.
Because for me personally, from my personal experience, like all the metals I knew, a lot of them are fucking meatheads. You know. They're
I see what you.
And a lot of times the punks are kind of like more on the, you know, like I don't want to fight you, man. You know, because metal obviously for some reason makes them aggressive and want to fight fucking people.
True.
So I would say maybe metalheads would win, but then again, that's my opinion. So.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50 on that.
But there are more punks than there are metalheads.
Yeah, but there's 50-50 again, because they still have the same morals for each other. Because even though like you'll meet a punk and a metalhead and they'll get along pretty well.
Yeah, because they have a lot of metal bands that have punk influences.
Yeah, exactly. Because you hear someone go, oh, you like the Exploited, and then the other fucker will go, oh,
Exploited and
Megadeth and then fucking
because they're Metallica. Exploited they're like a metal punk band kind of.
Yeah, see, like me, like I'm fucking punk, and then
same thing the Casualties.
Yeah,
too.
see, there you go.
Yeah.
And then I know about fucking Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and fucking I don't like Metallica. I'm not a big fan, but I know about Pantera and Doom. I know Doom for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, like that kind of comes in hand. It's like, oh shit, like, you know, they get along pretty well. It's 50-50 on that. Like 50. I don't know who the fuck would win.
It's hard to tell. Like in my head, I want to say metalheads, but then again, I could be wrong.
But then the other question would be, who the fuck would win between a metalhead or punks or fucking straight edge, because those fuckers are buff.
Yeah, you know, straight edge and metalheads are not too much difference because they're almost the same.
Yeah, because of hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember meeting a lot of fucking straight edgers and then they're like fucking angry all the time. Yeah. Like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know why they're always so angry, man.
Exactly, I know. Cause
like skinheads, metalheads, I've met them, they're all kind of like aggro, and I'm like, I listen to metal too. And I'm nothing like you, bro. What the fuck?
I was tripping that. I think I made this hardcore. Yeah, this the straight edge, and I was like, why are you so fucking angry? In my head, I was like, why are you so fucking angry, man? Calm the fuck down, man. Drink a beer. It's like, I'm a straight edge. I'm like, oh, fuck.
It's like, bro, what do you need? You need weed? I got weed too, man.
Shit. Like, fuck. I'm like, calm down, man. I don't need you fighting with nobody.
I think the reason why they're so angry is because those straight edge, because they don't do anything. They don't drink.
Most likely.
If they don't drink or smoke weed, they're fucked. Yeah. They have all this built up aggression because they can't do it.
But you know what? The hardcore kids, usually the straight edgers, are known as protectors. That's for sure.
I mean, for a lot of reasons, for the, you know, those fucking straight edge people, a lot of them are just doing it just to gain attention. They're not doing it because they want to. I remember in high school, there's a lot of people that claim to be straight edge. I'm like, fuck you, man. I remember when you fucking smoked a pack a day and fucking drink a shitload of beer, and you're telling me you're fucking straight now? Fuck you.
Yeah, I remember that shit. But I mean, a lot of shows that I went to, I remember a lot of them, like, they were fucking protectors. That they were like you'll see them, Like if someone got stuck in the fucking pit.
Oh, they'll pull them out.
Oh yeah, they'll pull them
Yeah,
out.
I've seen it
Or
before.
someone got in a fight. It's like, hey, come the fuck down. You know, type of shit.
They're
like,
kind of like
shit.
the mediator. In
Yeah, there you go. I
situation,
think that's what it is. I think there's the metalheads, and then there's the punks who are both.
Yeah. Okay. This is how it goes. The punks, metalheads are on the both sides, and in the middle
It's the fucking hardcore kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. I think that's how everything balances out on this end.
I guess it has to be a balance, you know.
Yeah, that's
But-
true because they're the ones that are conscious, and once you're like influenced by certain things, you're like, oh fuck, you know, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And these guys are not. They're like, oh hey, come fuck down, you're fucking drunk or drugged or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's like, what were you doing with that woman? Get the fuck out for her, type of thing, you know. I was like, fuck. But fuck it. I mean, you wanna
Yeah,
cut
I
it short?
guess. Yeah, we're gonna cut it short there because we're on 55 minutes right now. Probably next podcast we'll figure out what we're gonna talk about, and we'll try to get on subjects. If you guys leave comments, please do, because we wanna hear topics you guys want us to talk about, because we have our own opinion on everything, and because we can't always just do it like this, like you know, just go with the flow, because eventually we'll run out of ideas.
That's true.
So if you could leave us comments, then it'll be great.
And hopefully by next podcast we'll probably have Michael's DJ friend.
Yeah, we're planning to have some. I got some couple of offers that people want to be on the podcast, and I'm down for it, you know. But we just have to schedule it where everybody's available, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So once again, this is Ziggy.
This is Pony bitches.
All right, thanks for listening.
Bye, motherfuckers.